we just got in the Vudoo Gun Works Priest. I'm going to do my first mag impressions through this gun and see what I think of it. So here we go. I've been extremely excited about this gun ever since I ordered it, and now that I actually got my hands on it, got the opportunity to shoot it, I am even more excited about it. This is a really nice fitting pistol, really nice shooting pistol. As you can tell, I haven't even put sights on it yet. I'm just out here doing some shooting with it and getting a good feel for it. And it just comes right back on target, right where I want it. I started the zeroing process, got this all set up. We are back at about 10 yards, and I fired 3 rounds just to get a good idea as to how accurate it is and how much adjustment I'm gonna need to make. And this is my 3-round group. Today, we're out on the range, and I'm going to be giving my review of the Vudoo Gun Works Priest. So, I've been meaning to get to this video for quite a while. I had filmed it, got everything ready, just hadn't had time to do any of the editing. So now that I'm into this for somewhere between 5,000 and 7,000 rounds, I feel like I've got a better idea as to how this gun shoots and can give you a little bit better, so I'm refilming this to give you the most up-to-date information about it. So we're gonna get started. First thing I have to say is, in all 7,000 rounds about that I have through this pistol, I have had 0 malfunctions. I have been shooting mostly Blazer aluminum case, 115 grain. I did place an order and got the wrong stuff and was shooting Blazer brass 115. Both of those are extremely accurate through this pistol, as you're going to see in some of the B-roll footage. This pistol is by far the most accurate pistol I think I've ever owned, both mechanically and just the way that I'm able to interface with it. The connection that I'm able to get on this grip, and the way this grip fits my hand really nicely, the nice aggressive texture that's on here is just great. It's got some really nice texturing up on the back and the front. The sides are a little bit more smooth, but when you actually go and put your support hand on there, you're still getting some nice good connection to it, and your hand does not slip or move anywhere off of the pistol itself. I want to talk a little bit about the slide. So the slide, they actually milled this down out of a larger piece of steel, and they mill the optic cut into it and leave it wider up on the top here to be able to fit the full-size optic really nicely. This is a fantastic optic cut. It sits the optic extremely low. Your presentation is just perfect with it. I opted for a couple different things on this. I chose to go with a tactical magwell, mostly because I wasn't 100% sure what role I was going to put this gun in, whether it would be more of a tactical role, where it'd be something I would maybe carry a little bit, or if it was going to be something I would use for competition only. And with that, I figured the tactical magwell would be plenty good. I was able to get some really good mag changes with this gun, some that were so good they actually surprised me. as to how well they were, and I had to double check what it did just to make sure that that mag actually went in as quickly as it did. I did opt for the aluminum grip module, so this one's not the steel, and this is just the standard one that they have on their website. I'm a big fan of that. If I were to do it again, I would maybe do the steel, just to have a little bit more weight in the back and into the grip. It might help a little bit with recoil, but the recoil on this really isn't bad. This is fantastic. I did opt for the full-length dust cover because I like the way that that looks a little bit better, and it adds a little bit more weight to the pistol to help with that muzzle rise and recoil mitigation. I did not choose to flush cut and crown the barrel, so you can see that here. I wasn't too concerned with it. This pistol is going to be just a workhorse pistol. I'm going to shoot this gun a lot and gonna shoot it until it fails, and then I'm gonna replace whatever it is that fails and continue shooting it. I'm extremely happy with this pistol. So it does come with a pretty wide, pretty far extended mag release button that works really well. I do have to break my grip on this pistol, which is pretty common for me with most pistols. Even the P365, I actually have to break my grip in order to mag change on the P365. But the size of this mag release is not bad. Even shooting it offhand, it's placed in just the perfect spot that you don't end up hitting it or bumping it. With a Smith & Wesson pistol that had the extended one on there, I was shooting that and shot that offhand with my left hand, and I actually dropped the mag on that while shooting it. So I have not had that problem with this pistol. I did opt for no iron sights. So I didn't want iron sights on this, just because I know how to use an optic, and I know how to use it even if it fails, to still be able to aim with this pistol. I actually, the first rounds I shot through this pistol, I didn't have a dot on it and no iron sights, and was still able to get accurate hits at 10 and 15 yards. So let's talk a little bit about the negatives. So one of the negatives on this pistol is really going to be the finish. So it is Cerakoted, and I have some of the finish starting to wear off, as you'll be able to see up here toward the muzzle, and on the trigger guard here you can see that the finish is not bad on most of it, but there is a little bit of it wearing off, and the finish wear is not a warrantyable part for them. So I would like to see them actually go with a DLC type of coating, or something that's a little bit more durable than Cerakote. That said, I've got a lot of rounds through this and have not had any issues. It's not rusting or anything like that, so that's really good. That's really the only downside. Like, I'm actually a huge fan of this pistol. I would like a little bit more slide serrations on here, just because I like slide serrations. They look cool and they're actually functional. I would like to see them come up on the top a little bit here, because when I come over, that's kind of where I'm at on the pistol. That said, these slide serrations have not been an issue. I haven't had any issue with that, with unloaded starts or anything like that, where I'm throwing the mag in, racking the slide, and ready to go. I have not missed it at all. So I think that the guide rod spring is weighted properly for it, and to be able to manipulate it very well. But those are really the only changes that I would like to see on this pistol. Some of the other really nice stuff is the trigger. So The trigger on this is about 2.5 pounds, so it's extremely light, which helps in the accuracy of the pistol. With that said, it's not too light, so there's a defined wall that you'll see right here. You'll see a defined wall, and right there is that wall. So this is all the pre-travel. Then you hit a wall, and then it's a nice crisp break, and then the reset is super short, tactile. You can feel it, you can hear it, which to me, not a big deal to be able to hear it. But this has been my competition pistol for the majority of this year. I've put a lot of rounds through this in practice, in training, going to matches, all that kind of stuff, and it just continues to run, and I'm going to continue to run it while it's running. So I've actually considered getting a second one and using this one for my training one and having another one for the match one, getting a few different upgrades to it that this one doesn't have, like the flush cut and crown barrel, maybe the steel grip with the larger magwell. That said, I'm extremely happy with this. I love this pistol. I'm very happy that I became a dealer for them. If you're interested in picking one of these up, send me a message. I would love to work with you on getting one. But we'll run some B-roll. You'll get to see some cool shooting footage, maybe some different stages that I ran with this pistol. Let's take a look at a little bit of wear. After about 7,000 rounds, like it is, it definitely does not look wore out. To me, it looks nice. It is a little dirty because I haven't cleaned it in probably 300 or 400 rounds, but it's looking pretty good. Let's take a look at the barrel. There's no like wear on the front here that's visible of any kind. Look back here, you can see a little bit of dirt. Hit up where the locking lugs are, a little bit of dirt and some shining oil. Very, very minimal wear anywhere on this. Let's take a look at the frame itself. Looks pretty good. I do want to talk a little bit about the slide to frame fit. This thing has like zero wiggle up and down, side to side, even after the 7,000 rounds, and it still just slides nice and smooth. One other thing I did forget to mention earlier was when I had first got this pistol, I was a little bit concerned, just because when I would let the pistol go back, and if it was going back slow, I could feel it kind of catch right there. It would go into battery fully, but I could just feel it kind of slow down. After I got a few hundred rounds through it, that went away and has not been an issue since. So I haven't seen or felt that since, and it just perfectly smooth, just beautiful. So I'm extremely happy with this pistol. Remember, practice with purpose.